Rob Orman, fancy meeting you here in the Hippo Education Studios. We both seem to have a world behind us. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, what is up with that theme?
Mine's
The
kind of
world map.
abstract. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we are the same. Obviously, since we're in the same room and we've recorded this on different days, we just really like these two shirts. But we are discussing today in the Hippo Education Studio an EP Monthly article from November 2018. It's called Teaming Up with the Hospitalists by Mike Silverman, who does a lot of their administrative writing. And I like his stuff a lot. And hospitalists / consultants / everything. There is such an art to this. I think we're so good at it. But I think it's got some good... I think the thing I took out of this article, the most important thing is the most fundamental and stupidly obvious thing, which is why don't you sit down and talk about it, right? Like I've been in groups where the hospital or the IPA or whoever the hospitalist is and the ER, they hate each other. And they never once have sat down and decided like, what do we hate about this? And how can we make this easier? What could be bad about that?
I was admitting a patient a couple nights ago, and it was kind of a soft admission, but it was somebody who in no way could take care of themselves. No possible way. And so I called the hospitalist and, was very frank about it. And this was somebody who was new to our hospital and gave the story. And then there was this pause and he said, I'm trying to decide right now whether I should be a jerk to you or not. And make this hard on you. So I was quiet and then I said, well, how do you want it to play out? And so then he just admitted the patient. But that really brought home the point of this article is that when you sit down with your hospitalist or any other service or any other person and you start communicating, the relationship changes immediately. So if somebody is your colleague or you're on a committee with them or you're trying to reach a common goal, they're not going to give you that hard a time because there's that that's a personal connection, and B, you realize that there's actually a common goal with all of this.
Yeah.
And the hospitalists impact our length of stay, our throughput, patient satisfaction, patient outcome. I mean, we're all tied in together. So
my satisfaction.
Simple message. Yeah, simple message. Sit down, talk to each other, sort it all out. It's so much better than silent rage.
Yeah, dude, I think it's like, I don't know why I'm guilty of this. I've had some silent rage in the past. I used to just endure this one critical care guy. He used to, he wanted an APG on every single patient that got admitted when he was on call, even if it wasn't a critical care patient. So I'd be admitting like these people with, like bad, cellulitis. And he'd be like, what's the APG? And I'd be like, well, I don't have it. And he'd hang up on me. And he'd wait for me to have an ABG. So what we did instead is the whole stupid place started getting ABGs just for this one ding dong when we could have just sat down together and been like, look, man, really, can we just not do all the ABGs? We didn't do it. Anyway, good read. I
heard this brilliant thing recently. Actually, heard it from Weingart in his show, is talking about instead of saying WTF with somebody, what the, with that guy, change it to what's their frame. What's their frame of reference, frame of mind? Because, you think, well, boy, you are coming down and discharging patients from the ED that otherwise would be staying in the hospital for 4 days, but they have a completely different frame of reference and a completely different experience. So thinking about where they're coming from and hearing where they're coming from makes a big difference.
I will say also my final thought is that it's harder than it sounds because you're stinking busy and you shouldn't really have to bear the burden of anybody's weird personality quirks. But in the long term, to make your life easier, it's just like putting those macros into your dumb EMR. Put them in there once and then you'll be happy the rest of your life. So meet up, chat it out, work it out. And then we'll just all be in a drum circle. I don't know. Marijuana's almost legal. You can do whatever you want, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's a new era. Wanders off into the forest.